Good spot over here.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Kansas City Zoo and our California Sea Lion exhibit. In our pool today, we have our 8-year-old Vince. He's going to be working with Chelsea and Jenna today. Sea lions out in the wild generally live to be around 10 to 15 years old, but in captivity this can be increased to around 20 to 25. And as you can see, Vince is doing very well. Now, Vince really does enjoy it when the crowd gets very excited and cheers him on. So on the count of three, I'd like everyone to cheer as loud as they can.
Ready?
You guys ready? 1, 2, 3! What do you think, Vince? Oh, he's embarrassed. He thinks you guys can do a lot better than that. So let's go and give this another try. On the count of three. 1, 2, 3! Well, let's see if we can get him to say hi back. What you guys just heard is called a sea lion bark. Out in the wild, this plays a pretty important role in identifying the sea lions from one another. The sea lions will live in groups and colonies of over 100 individuals, and they do tend to look a lot alike, so it plays a pretty important role in that capacity. Now you may have noticed that I have been calling him the California sea lion, not a seal. Although they do look a lot alike, there are several differences between the two. And the first way you can tell them apart is if you look at the sides of his head, you'll notice that he has ear flaps, kind of like the way that we do. Seals will not have these. They will have pinholes where their ears are. And I think Vince is going to scratch his ear for you guys. So another way to tell them apart is how they move on land. This is probably the easiest way to tell them apart.
No.
There he goes, scratching his ear. So the easiest way to tell them apart is how they move on land. Sea lions can rotate their back flippers forward and walk on all four flippers, whereas seals cannot do this. They can only crawl around on their bellies. Vince is going to show you how a sea lion walks, just like that. Seals, however, like I said, cannot rotate their back flippers forward. They can only crawl or inch along on their bellies. And Vince has a pretty good seal impersonation. Not quite exactly like how a seal would move, but it's pretty close. Now, a third way you can tell them apart is how they swim through the water. The sea lions will propel themselves through the water using their powerful front flippers, whereas seals generally use their back flippers in a waving motion. Sea lions really do enjoy small fish and other marine animals such as squid and crustacean, but they're not the top of the food chain. Can anyone make a guess to what a predator of a sea lion might be? Just yell it on out so I can hear you. There you go, killer whales. There's another one. There's one more. Yeah, there you go, sharks. And Vince was giving you his Jaws impersonation right there. So, since they do occupy the same water as these predators, sea lions have developed several techniques to evade these predators, and one is the ability to jump 8 to 10 feet out of the water. Either straight up, like Vince is getting ready to demonstrate, or up onto a rocky shoulder island. So when they jump up onto land, it's a great way to avoid becoming shark bait, because a shark or an orca cannot fall up onto the island. Now Vince is demonstrating the other technique. This is called porpoising. What this is, they make small little jumps in and out of the water, and this kind of serves two purposes. One, it gets them out of the predator's eyesight for a split second, and then also it helps them reach speeds up to around 25 miles an hour. Now besides sharks and orcas, there's another group that affects sea lions in a negative way. And everyone here should be all too familiar with this group because it is us. We affect sea lions as well as many other animals out in the wild in a couple of ways. First way that we affect sea lions here is by the way we consume food. Either by the overconsumption of fish that these guys eat out in the wild, or by our harmful fishing techniques. So if you guys eat a lot of seafood and you want to help these guys out, I do have some seafood watch cards over here at the feeding station. These are provided by the Monterey Bay Aquarium, and they'll tell you which fish are environmentally friendly and which ones to kind of avoid. You guys can feel free to come by and pick that up at the end of the show. Now, the other way that we affect sea lions is how we dispose of our trash. One way or another, our trash makes its way into the ocean, and it either affects sea lions directly by getting tangled up or by swallowing the trash, or indirectly by having an effect on their food supply as well. So some things that we can do even around here in the Midwest to help these guys out with that is by not littering and throwing their trash away, and even better yet, probably the best way is by recycling. And so I do encourage you guys to recycle as much as possible. We do have recycling bins throughout the zoo.
Where's he at?
And then I do encourage you guys to recycle outside of the zoo as well. And that's, like I said, the best way to help sea lions as well as many other animals out in the wild.
Just kidding.
And we have 10 minutes to recycle. Let's see if we'll go ahead and do that for you.
दोनों किया
Here he goes. He's going to go for his frisbee. There he goes. Go ahead and give him a round of applause for that. So we believe if we can get a sea lion to recycle, it shouldn't be too hard to get you guys to do so as well. Now, throughout these shows, I do get asked quite a bit how we get our animals to do what we ask them to do. Notice that I did say ask and not tell. We never tell any of our animals here at Kansas City Zoo to do anything. They always have the choice to participate, and they're generally very willing to do so because of the method that we use. This method is called positive reinforcement. What this